All right, guys, back with another Exquisite Timepieces watch. And when I say that, I mean, one, yes, obviously they're loaning me the watch, but more importantly, this watch is actually a limited edition collaboration with Exquisite Timepieces and Nivada Gretchen. So it's more than just them loaning me a watch. This is like they designed this watch with the help of Nivada Gretchen, which this colorway, as cool as it is, it turns out Nivada actually did a watch very similar to this colorway way back in the day. I was talking to Tyler there, which I'll put his contact information down below in the description. And him and I think it was Steve or something at Exquisite Timepieces. Yeah, I think it was Tyler and Steve were working with the Nivada people and everyone else at Exquisite that was, part of the getting this thing collaborated. And they kind of went with this particular one. They just landed on it because, one, the dial is really cool, right? It's the Antarctic, but it's the spider, right? So it has like, these are like the legs of the spider. It's a pretty wild dial. That's what they landed on. And then they wanted to do a color that really stood out amongst the rest of them. And this one definitely does that. It's very unique and it's very elegant looking, but also, could be worn every day. Not a problem. Like I would have no problem wearing this. So let's get into the size, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the limited aspects of it. So the case width on this is 38 millimeter. The lug to lug is 45, but you can see that the end links have like male protrusions here, so it sticks out a little bit further, kind of extending the lug to lug, which I didn't measure. I mean, that pushes it out to about 51 millimeter, so that's going to help guys like me with this 7¼ inch wrist be able to pull off this 38 millimeter watch. Now, if you need it to be shorter, then yeah, you could put it on a different strap or something like that. But this probably would still work on most wrists because it does angle downward. The thickness is 11.5 millimeter. And if we look closely here, we have a slightly proud of the bezel, sapphire crystal with a double domed and a date magnifier. A nice functional one too. Like it actually, shows the date a little bit larger, so you can see that clearly. You have 20 millimeter lug width. So again, if you want to change this out and put something else on there, it's easy enough to find that. You probably have it. It does taper down to 16, and this is one of the better beads of rice style bracelets out there. Flows really nice on wrist, has screw pins, so it's easy to size, and then you have a ton of micro adjust there. What is there? 7 micro adjust, and a nice simple clasp, double pushers, very easy and slim in its profile to operate. You do have a nice case back on there, giving you some information. It is not a display case back, but it is information on there. One of the critical pieces of information is the fact that there's only going to be 25 of these. So I should be able to release this video on the day it's launched. There's only 25. Let that sink in a second, guys. For as good looking as this watch is, it's a limited edition, Exquisite Timepieces collaboration with Nivada Gretchen. So obviously you can only get it at Exquisite Timepieces, and there's only 25 of them. They're going to sell quick. The price point is about $1,000, so totally doable for most people. 100-meter water resist screw down crown is 5.4 millimeter, about 5.5, and it is signed with the Nivada N. So if we take a closer look at the dial there, as we can do, it is Swiss made. Inside is an automatic movement. It is a Soprod P024. Yes. There is Lume on this as well, so we will be able to do a Lume shot. So here it is on my 7¼ inch wrist. Like I said, I don't typically go after 38 millimeter watches. I do have some, but when they kind of have either a longer lug to lug or that's on a nice bracelet, then it just works well for me. I also like how they kind of did this flat portion here on the lugs and polished them, which this one's smudged up. And it really adds to like how the dial looks with that spider look to it. And then you have those pieces reflecting light out there too. It's a very, I don't want to say complex, but it's a very intriguing type shape and contrast with the polished and brushed surfaces for sure. Now let's give it a quick blast with the UV light. There's not a ton of UV on this. There's just not the real estate with the design that they did, but it still should perform decent. And there you go. So you can see you have a very small amount of lume on the hour, minute hand, and then just those little plots out there on the spider legs. But it definitely looms, and it's holding. So thanks for watching, guys, and a big thanks to the entire crew at Exquisite Timepieces, your trusted source for purchasing pretty much whatever watch you can think of. Thanks for watching.